All right, this guy just all day today has been collecting WOTO. Jesus.
Collect WOTO.
Oh my God. Honestly, I've been looking forward to this. I don't have anything against him, but he's been running his mouth for the past 2 seasons of the podcast. No, for the past 3 seasons actually. Like since that story that came out, he was a victim of paternity fraud. He was a victim of paternity fraud. Not all women, let's be guided. Not all women commit paternity fraud. Majority of women will never commit something stupid like that. Okay, gentlemen, be guided when you're engaged in topics around paternity fraud. You will attract what you fear the most in weird, twisted ways. Okay, it might not come in the form of paternity fraud, but you won't enjoy a healthy relationship if you're carrying paternity fraud over your head all over the place and you're running around eta sketa advising everyone, their moms and papas, to start doing tests just because you have the fear of paternity fraud. I'm not saying people shouldn't do it. If you already have that question in your mind, knock yourself out by all means, okay? I'm just saying, be guided, okay? Be guided. But anyway, he was a victim of paternity fraud. That's a terrible thing to happen to anyone. I empathize with him. For you to think you're the father of some babies and it happened not to be yours, I can't imagine. Jesus Christ. Imagine living on those lies. Living like really, really thinking that, like, basically it's like, yeah, I can't even imagine, man, But that he's a victim of that type of situation, and but every talking point he has is generalizing women. Naturally so. See, when you go through something like that and you don't engage proper counsel, wise counsel, healing, it's only natural that because your whole world will revolve around that thought, right? It's not just women, men as also. They generalize. It's like, don't date any woman from Nigeria. Gang or bishop. Don't date any woman from Nigeria because they are all 304s. They are just after your money. It's all transactional. And when they are talking about transactional, they don't mean any of this. If you factor these six basic needs in it, I might agree with you a little bit that it's transactional. But if you're not factoring these six basic human needs, emotional needs in it, it's not transactional. You're capping big time. You're hurting. Tell us the full story. Okay? So even if it's financial, it could be number one, but there's usually one or two or three other of these needs that's being fulfilled by that situation. Just because you have money doesn't mean somebody's going to stay with you. Right? It doesn't mean that. But if you're not factoring any of this and you just want to run out and say it's all transactional, all women in Nigeria, Baba, tell us the full story. You're hurting. And you need to engage your pastor, a wise counsel, a therapist as soon as possible. Okay? It's all the United States Western problem system, the Canadian system, blah, blah, blah. Bro. Okay? We need to unpack what's going on. There's a lot more there. Okay? So I'm going to play this video. This is what he said. And this is why he's been getting dragged.
Intentionally, girls from my big brother. Do you know what Big Brother does for you? It takes you from here, boom, shoots you up, but there's no substance to hold you onto. Like Pekus, most of them get to offer. They intentionally go there just to get customers.
Who says that's a bad thing? Customer, they turn husband. Now they use short eye. They look at me. Which one of you here will not be happy to find somebody that is willing to give you millions
Just to wipe
my
you.
leg,
Just
no, thank you.
My dear, we are all happy. We all want that.
Big brother,
I'm whining you.
Excuse me, sorry about that, right? So, Nedu has had diarrhea of the mouth for some time now. He needs serious help. You can hear it in his rhetorics. It's a comedian. So, but one thing you need to know about comedy is that it's actually more of a comedy when it's laced with majority of truth, like facts, right? Um, so it's not the best comedian out there. His jokes are actually corny a lot, but I can respect that he makes people laugh with the whole character of the Nkechi, sister Nkechi, all that kind of stuff. That's funny. All that stuff is funny. But I'm not sure if he's that good in stand up and stuff like that. But comedy is comedy because we can relate with a lot of stuff in it, right? So he thinks, I don't think he realizes that he's not gonna get away with it much longer. And today he got dragged really badly, So I'm gonna share my screen right now. Let's see. I'm gonna share my screen to, let's go to Instablog Niger. There you go. One lu ní jìbìtì ọmọ and Kwekus. Jesus. Yesterday I was saying Prekus. Nobody corrected me. I meant to say Kwekus. them Yahoo and Pekin and yeah. It's a terrible thing for any human being to have to go through. I don't wish that on my worst enemy. Not even the devil. All right. Let me see here. Where am I? Okay. All right. Let me make this bigger. All right. So it's been getting dragged basically online. I think it might have been trending too. Wait, am I sharing the right? Okay, I think I'm sharing the right one now. Yeah, I'm sharing the right one now. All right, good. So let me refresh. I'm live on the internet. So imagine they take our lights right now. Right. Okay, so here we go. This person says, leave women alone. We didn't ask you to marry. Jesus. Hey. Ha. Eliyoda. Eliyoda. Take them easy. Right? But this is one of the most original sound that I used to play here when I first started.
Hey! Wait! Hey! Wait! Hey! Wait! Yo! Me, nigga! Help me! What's wrong with you, nigga? Come on!
When women don't feel safe around you or your rhetorics or your talking points, you will get dragged. You need to know how to talk. If you're generalizing women, if you say things like most are, you have to be careful with the word most. Most is almost like you're not generalizing, but you're grossly generalizing as well. I do say most, but I'm usually, at least I try to prepare to be able to back it up. Maybe with a little bit of explanation, some shalaye and stuff like that, right? But the word most and all, you might as well say all. If you're going to say most, just say all. So we can know that you are generalizing with your full chest. Right? So we can know where we stand in this matter. Right? So if you're going to say most of them, let me play the video again so you can hear it.
Girls from my big brother, do you know what Big Brother does for you? It takes you from here, boom, shoots you up, but there's no substance to hold you onto. Nakpekus, most of them get to offer.
Nakpekus, most of them get to offer. That's false. It takes a lot for a person to get on Big Brother Niger. Okay, it's 2023 now. It's relax. Okay, I know we're very quick to say, Kim Kardashian no get skills. Says who? Have you been in a spotlight like that before for 9, 10, 14 years where your life is being filmed on a constant basis? You really don't think there are some skills involved in that? And you're saying that with your full chest, like you know something. When they say it too, it's like they say with them, like, what? What are you talking about? Oh, she made it to the scene because she slept with Ray J. That's all it takes to go through the next 14 years after that event? Are you sure about that? It's mostly men that talk like that, but some women talk like that too. Right? When somebody gets on BBN Niger, how many people, how many kids, how many children, how many young people do you think are trying to get on BBN Niger right now? So if somebody makes it through all that noise, right? You're saying there's no substance? Says who? What about all of those monitoring spirits that are voting Much more than they will vote for their own president. You think that one your mate? So he's been getting dragged online today. Let me see. Somebody else said, let me put that up really quickly. Even men were dragging him. Even some men were dragging him. Let me see. This one says, BBN's case educates media personality Nedu about his female colleagues. This trend of tagging female Big Brother housemates as SLOTs is distasteful. 95% of them are highly intelligent. Can you... I'm going to ask Nedu this question. Nedu, if it's so easy to get on Big Brother's Niger, you know it's going to bring a lot of attention and potentially a lot of money, opportunities, right? Why don't you get one of your nieces on there? If it's that easy, just give them the 2 or 3 tips to get on there. How easy do you think that's going to be, right? Sufficiently independent. They're highly intelligent, sufficiently independent, right? Super talented and are legit hustlers. Do you not think if we really no cognitive disorders, okay? Just think about it extra deeply. You don't think it takes hustling to get on that show? I've never seen an episode of the show. I've just heard noise about it. Okay? It makes common sense to me. Obviously, common sense is not common. That you have to hustle to get on that show. It is unfair to undermine their hard work. That's another one. Let me see. I think there might have been there are many of them. Okay. Okay, this was the actual original post. Let me just... Yeah, this was the actual original post. Let me see. Lex is actually a personal friend. He says Nedu understands the assignment. He gets the podcast game. He would do well in this set. Okay, so he's talking about the business. Going viral. All right. Granted. I agree with that part. I find it troubling that this conversation hammers on women. Well, if you want to grow faster as a content creator, just take one of the genders and start attacking them. That's all it takes, I promise you. That's all it takes, okay? Now, where your skills will be required is managing your emotions, because and also if you're not really a woman basher or a man basher, you can't sustain it. Your mental health will be will be attacked in the other direction, okay? If it's not already attacked, because people that can do this sustainably are sick to a large extent already, right? So, and it gets harder the more attention they get, because now they feel like they were right all along because they get all these validations. Let's see, those without skill eventually find their way out, but making this a gendered debate. All right, so he made a point about there's no substance. It's not that there's no substance, it's just that the competition is high. The competition is high. And that's why you should give them credit for getting on the show in the first place. All right. All right, so let's move on to the next part of the story here. Got another one for you, I promise. I have another one.